Video just posted my showdown picks and I'm back for this preseason slate. So I got, no class today, so got a lot of free time. So pumping out another video. Go ahead and give you guys some picks that I like for this 4-game slate tonight. Also, I'm not going to be providing for the preseason, but starting regular season, I will be providing like last year. And if you want to join us, there are 5 spots left to get this insane deal. So full season and playoffs, only $60. Posted this about a week ago. So 20 spots have filled up. There's still 5 left. So you get a 50% discount. So full DraftKings for the entire year and playoffs. And this is some of just last year. Last year, the big boy was when Blake Griffin got traded. Crushed it. Highest scoring ever on DraftKings with a 419. And just some other big wins that we had last year. So those are my personal wins. So looking to have another great season. Like I said, 5 spots left. Once the 5 spots are gone, it's going to go back to regular price. So if you are planning, don't miss out. But we have a 4-game slate today. Going to talk about it. Some things to note were that the Pelicans are on a back-to-back. The Pelicans just played Sunday night. Their starters didn't play much. They only played about 15 to 20 minutes. So they have a back-to-back. I'm not sure they're going to play their starters a lot. So they have no incentive to play their starters on a back-to-back too much. So I'm expecting about, maybe 15 minutes for their starters. So I'm not really interested in the Pelicans starters that much just because they are on a back-to-back. But everybody else, they're either making their preseason debut or it's just their second game. At point guard, I love Ben Simmons. I love the Sixers today. The Sixers they played Melbourne United in their opener. Got a couple days off, and then now they're playing the Magic. So both teams play at a super fast pace. Ben Simmons at 8,000. Just such a great player for fantasy production. Gets you points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, does everything on the floor at 8,000. Good price today. I'm expecting 20 minutes plus for the Sixers starters. And the Magic are a perfect opponent for them. They both play at a fast pace. Should be a lot of scoring. So Ben Simmons at 8,000. I love him. I love his teammate, Markelle Fultz. Fultz is only 5,600. Fultz has a lot to prove this year. Got a lot of people saying he's a bust. Got a lot of trolls. So after, and given so, he was the number 1 overall pick. The Sixers traded so much to get him. So he has a lot to prove this year. He looked great in the preseason opener. He played 23 minutes. And he actually got the start next to Simmons. So if he gets to start again, I think the tandem Simmons and Fultz make for a great stack today. So Fultz is a great player overall. Looked great, in the preseason. I heard that he's looking great with Drew Hanlon, his trainer. So hopefully his jump shot and everything looks good. And he's another guy that will get you some defensive categories like steals, rebounds. Even had an awesome block against the Melbourne United. So at 5,600, he's really cheap. And I think him and Simmons are going to both be great for fantasy today. And then another, players that I like to play for preseason are some rookies that should get more minutes than veterans. So rookies that, they're pretty much getting the first taste of NBA action, even though it is preseason. But teams usually like to give rookies and young players a little more time. So that's why Fultz is going to play a lot. Simmons should play a lot. I love Kevin Knox for the Knicks at 5,000. Knox looked amazing in the Summer League. He's at 5K against the Wizards. I couldn't really find anything about minutes right now, but you see here he's going to start, so that's great. And should play a lot. Why would the Knicks give Lance Thomas, that 50-year-old Lance Thomas, minutes? Then they should give to Kevin Knox. So preseason should be a great time for Kevin Knox and these other rookies to get their footing in the NBA. And he should play a very great role here. So with Courtney Lee also out, should just open up more minutes for Kevin Knox. So I love Knox. I think Trey Burke at 4,800 is another great guard to play for the Knicks side. Look at the Knicks. I think Trey Burke at 48, super explosive, and he's starting again. So he's starting Monday. So I think Burke is a great play today at 48. Another player that I love is Embiid at 83. Embiid put up 20 points, 10 rebounds, just an easy double-double for him in Friday's opener. So whenever he's on the floor, he's just going to do everything, get rebounds, get blocks, get points. 83, he's pretty expensive, but we don't have a lot of studs on the slate, on this 4-game slate. So especially because some of the Pelicans guys, I'm not expecting them to play much. So Embiid is the second highest player. You can easily make his price tag work at 83 on the slate just because there are a bunch of young players that I like. At forward, let's go with Sacramento's King first round pick Marvin Bagley at 4,800. Fantasy points are great for centers, for point guards. Those are the top two positions that I love to play. Point guards and centers. They are just super consistent and safe for DraftKings points. And Bagley at 48, great price tag for him. He should easily draw the start in this game and do a lot of his damage because he's a great player. So it's cheap and should get good minutes in this opener. I love Bagley. And then I love DeAndre Ayton at 5,900. So Ayton, once again, the theme of playing young rookies continues. Against the Kings here, it's a great matchup. The Kings aren't great against centers, or they weren't last year. Should matched up against Bagley a little bit, so we got a nice back and forth with Bagley and Ayton. And 5,900, he has an insane skill set. Some compare him to Embiid, so I like both Ayton and Embiid if you can make it work. Other players that I like, the Hawks, their center's out, Dedmon's out. Alex Len should get a boost. So Alex Len at 5,400. I like him a lot. The only thing with Alex Len is foul trouble. So if he's going to be matched up with Anthony Davis for just the opener, he could easily get 2 fouls. So I still love Alex Len a lot. I was kind of decided between him and Alex Len or Ayton as my util spot, depending on how much salary you have. I think both are fine plays. But yeah, I think Ayton is a great play. On the Wizards side, I think John Wall is always a great play. Just because he has the ball in his hands the whole game, racks up a ton of assists, and if he plays 20 minutes plus, he should easily make value at the price tag. So I love preseason because the prices are pretty cheap, and you can make you can easily fit in a couple studs that you like. If you do some research, you can figure out minutes, and that gives you a big advantage over some other players that just play that don't really look into minutes. So those are 6 players that I think you could easily make your lineup around. I love all the upside for all of them. So that's all I got. If you want to join the NBA for this year, you can visit the deal. I'll put the website link in the description. Thanks for watching and good luck today.